Hey guys, welcome back. I'm glad you're here. I want to talk about male depression. What? Men don't get depressed? We're not supposed to. We don't have feelings. We're just robots and we continue on this day to day journey of life, just supplying and meeting everybody's needs without having any feelings of our own. Therefore, we're allowed to get depressed as well. We go through many things and we don't talk about our journey. We don't talk about what we're going through. We often try to ignore it, and therefore we come to this senses where we suffer in silence and put on this smile to satisfy everyone else, but we're really hurting inside. Guys, this really can't be ignored anymore. This really this really takes a toll on us physically and mentally. As we start talking about this, let's understand the ways that you're affected by male depression. We understand going to work, coming home, being underappreciated in most times in your life, and told to just suck up your feelings, get over it. Why are you feeling so weak? We know about that. That's nothing new, and it's not uncommon to 99% of us. There were a few lucky men who had supportive people in their lives. But what we're going to talk about today is what to do when you start to feel this way. So, men, has there been a time where you just went silent? You don't really talk to anyone, you distance yourselves from everybody, and everyone is like, hey, can you help me? Can you do this? Can you do that? And you want to, but you really just don't have it in you. And as much as you try, you just can't. You don't have the capacity. You're full. You're full. So once you're full, you don't have room for anyone else, and it's time to start clearing space in your heart. This will help with the emotional, physical, as well as the way that it will manifest areas of your life. Depression will manifest if we don't talk about it. It's just a matter of how will it manifest. If you guys allow me to get into a psychological moment for just a moment, just a minute. Some of the symptoms of depression are anger, anxiety, lack of wanting to do anything, sleeping more, and there are more, but I won't get into the details of it because I don't need you to know the psych side. I just need you to know some of the effects. So if we take anger, if we don't talk about it, is triggered in many different ways. When people talk to me about being violent or having anger issues, what I hear is I haven't had anyone to talk about, to navigate these problems with, and now they have been bottled up so long, I don't know how to talk to anyone, and I'm struggling. And thus, my physical violence is a manifestation of the depression that I've been going through most of my life, but I don't know how to formulate that into words. And now that I'm older, I don't have anyone that will listen. We have to understand that our anger and our feelings, when we bottle them up, will manifest in a way. So, as you see, I just used the example of violence. It will manifest because that's how we're feeling inside. It also becomes a lack of love to yourself. And lack of love appears in many ways. It appears in the way you dress. It appears in the way that you carry yourself, how you handle yourself, how you talk to yourself. It appears in what you put in your mouth. Yes, alcohol, drug use, it's an escape. We use it to escape from the reality that we're in because we don't want to face it. More importantly, we don't want to face ourselves. And we can't run from ourselves. It's just impossible. We're not going to make it. We run from ourselves, and there's a different word for that. And I hope that if you feel that way, you find someone to talk to immediately. We are not built to continue to take on more stress and stress and stress. Yes, men are built to handle stress, but how much stress is too much? We should not go through life feeling completely overwhelmed all the time. That is just not normal. Let's normalize having a therapist. Let's normalize talking about emotions. We look at our female counterparts and they do it all the time and they have no qualms about it. Matter of fact, they're probably discussing your problem before you're discussing your problem with friends so they can get an understanding of how to help you. Let's not get so macho, rah, that we can't help a fellow brethren who's in need of emotional support and help because we're trying to help and save their lives. Men, like us, other forms, if we go into the anxiety, how are they suffering? Are they quiet? Do they now go from being this extrovert to this person who's just slumped in a corner? Is that how they're supposed to be? Is that how we're supposed to be as men? Or do they get nervous and don't really want to go out anymore? Or any other feelings of anxious, become overwhelmed, over worried about you, over worried about themselves, over worried about danger, finances, whatever the problem may be? How are they reacting? When it comes to male depression, there has to be signs that you look out for. If we look out for the signs, we have to, one, look out for, have our eating habits changed? Do we eat less? Do we eat more? Are we emotional eaters? Number two, are we now sleeping more or less? More likely we'll sleep less, get up and go to work. Or do we find ourselves working more to hide away from whatever stressor we're going through? And if work is a stress, what are you escaping to after work? Which leads me into drinking or drug use. Are you using more, drinking more alcohol or using drugs, marijuana, because it calms the body and legal in a good portion of this country? So what are you running to? Are you creating vices just because you're depressed and don't realize it's depression? Do you feel that you have no voice? Are you even in fact feeling like you're less of a man? Is it hard getting out the bed? These are questions I really need you to analyze and ask yourself because they become very important when you start looking at yourself and realizing that you need someone to talk to. Which brings me to therapist. Guys, I'm a therapist. You know that already though. We're in this profession because we want to help you feel better and get the lifestyle that you want and that you need in order to succeed at your best version. It's not about us. It's really about us helping you. As I explained to my client, I'm like, you're the driver. If it's an individual client, I'm in the passenger seat. If it's a couple, I'm in the back seat. And my goal is to keep you from going off the side of the road. That is it. I am simply your guide. I am your GPS to life to help you listen, to help you be heard, understand, and challenge some of your thoughts of why these patterns exist. Talk to a therapist. Do not be afraid. It does not make you crazy. I have many male clients, and they've all came to me saying that they don't know how to do therapy. Well, that is great because I don't want them to do therapy. I just want them to be a part of their own process and understand what they want and go for the goals that they want. And I have some great clients who are just out there doing excellent. And they attribute it to me, and I attribute it to them doing the work. I can guide you all day long. But if you do the work, then you also succeed and reap the benefits of the work that you put in. So do not be afraid to seek a therapist. As men, we need to normalize talking about our feelings, our emotions. We don't have to get as detailed as our female counterparts, but what we do have to do is say, bruh, you okay? You you seem to be acting different. What's going on in your life? How can I help you? Do you want help? Should you see someone? Let's not get so caught up in, all the sports talk, all the aggression and whatever else, because we're hurting. Let's normalize and understand that we're all hurting and to help each other be better men. If steel sharpens steel and we are not sharpening each other, then we're just a bunch of dull knives trying to cut a steak. Let's make sure that we cut that steak better and easier and work with each other to strengthen each other. It's okay. It really is. As it relates to being depressed as a male, we don't have to live that way. We don't have to constantly focus on a negative. There's help out here. There are gym buddies, there are reading partners. There are many ways to get the help you need. Therapy is the formal way. And I say that because I just love helping men overcome the problems they go through and start to feel like men again. It's a beautiful thing to see someone who was struggling and now they're working on their masters. They've completed their bachelor's. They start their own business. It is a beautiful thing to see. I support and encourage you guys. It's a message that you need to hear. It's a message that you need to know. And we do not have to go through this world feeling lonely or being afraid to express the pain that we all have dealt with at some point. Till next time, guys, I love you. Be safe.